lost both matches while Withe has been out, including the Milk Cup tie at Notts County. An injury to their young right-back Mark Jones in that match means Gary Williams switches to number 2, and Allan Evans has recovered from an ankle injury to slot back in at number 4. Spurs also welcome back an international defender, Chris Hughton at number 3 in place of Gary O'Reilly. He's the first of their 6 injured stars to return, but Glenn Hoddle and Graham Roberts play in the reserves today. Steve Archibald and Steve Perryman hope to play in a friendly on Monday, but Tony Galvin is still some way off full fitness. Indeed, Garth Crooks is Spurs' only ever present this season. He's top scorer with 11 goals, and on his last appearance at Villa Park here in the FA Cup semi-final against Leicester, he took a pass from Ozzy Ardiles and put Spurs on their way to Wembley. Paul Miller for Tottenham, who are playing from the right in the white shirts. Gary Williams away from Gary Mabbutt, who tackles him. Gary Mabbutt playing at Villa Park for the first time in his career. He was saying to me just before the kick-off how much he's looking forward to the atmosphere. Hughton. Falco, Hughton again. In the long English season, players who have a little break, even though it's enforced with injury, sometimes come back refreshed, and Chris Hughton, the first of the Spurs wounded to return, pushing forward effectively in the attack there. And talking of injuries, Aston Villa's Ken McNaught just feeling the right ankle rather. This is Shaw. Here's Brook. Now Hazard. Mabbutt's moved forward into the penalty area. Villa. Goes past Gibson. Hazard. And Falco. Ball took a deflection off Ken McNaught. Corner from Mark Falco's shot. Good length on the kick by Jimmy Rimmer, giving Withe the chance to compete with Lacy and beat him. Shaw. And Withe and Cowans. Withe! Oh! Left foot of Ray Clemence. As long as you keep them out. Here's Morley. Shaw, Bremner. Tottenham besieged rather there. Shaw, Mortimer. Morley out left. Mortimer hanging on too long. Aston Villa losing their momentum then, having just appeared to discover it in the previous attack. Villa. Well, Peter Withe beat Lacy in the air, was in the right position to get the return from Shaw, hit a firm shot, and Ray Clemence, reacting instinctively, kept it out with his left foot. Mabbutt's header. Hazard. Here's again. Brooks. Hazard's got Brooks square, but it's played in for Falco to flick one down. Mabbutt! Good save by Rimmer. And even Mabbutt forced to applaud, as indeed the Holt end are doing in unison. Cowans to Withe. Cowans again. Morley. Withe is coming in, and Clemence wasn't quite sure where he was, hence he had to make the save. Corner to Villa, although the ball might well have carried out anyway, unbeknown to Clemence. And McNaught up there with Clemence, away by Falco, out to Morley. And half-time gives us a chance to pay a well-deserved compliment to Jimmy Rimmer. Two marvellous saves, one from Hazard going to his left, one from Mabbutt going to his right. He's missed only one league match in 5 years at Villa, but how strange that he has the distinction of holding 2 European Cup winners' medals while playing in a final for just 8 minutes. He came off in Villa's match against Bayern Munich, you'll recall, last season, injured, and back in 1968 he was Manchester United's substitute goalkeeper when they beat Benfica in the European Cup final. Quite a career and quite a goalkeeper. Taking on Gibson. And Hazard, back to Price. Crooks. And Price coming in. Nice effort that, what a flying header away by Ken McNaught. Mark Falco was the player who would have capitalised had McNaught not intervened from Price's cross. Gibson. Was Withe fouled? Penalty. Gary Mabbutt's arm was up when he challenged Peter Withe on the cross. And Villa's going to be booked. Ricky Villa, the Tottenham captain, said something to Clive Thomas and is booked. And Gordon Cowans, who missed one last week at Norwich when he hit the post, tries to make up for that, and does. Despite a fine effort by Ray Clemence, who went the right way. But Gordon Cowans has put Aston Villa into the lead after 57 minutes. One or two tempers frayed back in the penalty area when Peter Withe challenged Ray Clemence there. Falco, inside to Crooks. Falco, deflection and another fine save. Well, Falco always seems to strike against Aston Villa, but Jimmy Rimmer was aware of that and even of the deflection. Hazard again, just waiting for movement. Crooks is in the centre, away by Evans. Brook. Mabbutt. Good effort, hit the bar. Rimmer could have got a touch even. Certainly came back off the crossbar from Gary Mabbutt. It's not over yet, Brook. And Crooks may have been offside. But Gary Mabbutt, who hit the post for England against West Germany with that sort of instinctive shot, was unlucky again today. Oh, good running by Cowans. Number 2! And the man of the match, Gordon Cowans, gets his second. 12 minutes from the end. The Villa fans on the Holt end applaud, and what a move it was. Dennis Mortimer fed the perfect ball through, and Gordon Cowans ran on to beat Clemence with so much confidence. And Cowans, who was 24 last Wednesday, has surely reminded Bobby Robson that he's still around. (2-0) to the Villa. Ricky Villa for Spurs. Brook. Well, there was confidence about that piece of finishing. Peter Withe on the chase. And Shaw, Gary Shaw, and Tony Morley. 3-0. Spurs are pulled apart now. 2 in a minute for Aston Villa. Peter Withe made the running down the left. Gary Shaw's shot just flew across the face of the goal, and Tony Morley buried the chance. So Villa, who've had some indifferent league results this season, are now 3 up and looking very healthy indeed. Morley got the third. Here's Hazard. Crooks through the centre, and he beat McNaught, and he couldn't beat Rimmer. And Evans squares up to Crooks, not for the first time. But Crooks there had the ball played through by Mick Hazard beyond the centre half, and still Jimmy Rimmer remained unperturbed. So a good afternoon for Tony Barton's team. Villa manager peering out of the dugout there. Cowans to Shaw. Shaw's cross will find Morley. Morley curls one, and it was Gary Mabbutt that put it behind the goal. That was a lovely curling effort from Tony Morley. And if it wasn't going to go in, well, there was a Villa player, Gary Williams, behind Mabbutt. Cowans with the corner. He fell as he took it. Evans. Back again to Cowans. Withe. Offside. Shaw consoled by Ray Clemence because the flag was up as Withe knocked the ball back in where Shaw and McNaught were standing. No goal. Convincing one, it would seem. Certainly the Tottenham attackers looked toothless in the second half. But one has to remember again how many players they're still without. Mortimer, surging run. Shaw's on the far side. Shaw! Brilliant goal! A goal which says so much about Aston Villa, and Dennis Mortimer in particular. He harried Mick Hazard in midfield, he won the ball, he got away down the left, Gary Shaw pulled away to the far side, but when Mortimer's cross came in, Shaw was the player that headed it in, firmly into the corner, and with 6 minutes to go, Aston Villa have gone 4-0 up. Crooks to Brook. Maybe a chance of a consolation for Spurs. Gary Brook. Oh, another good save. Well, Brook saw the gap to Rimmer's left, or to his right from Brook's position, and seemed to have aimed it in the right corner of the goal, and Rimmer saved even that. Tony Barton's worried about the injury. Here's Lacy. Crooks is up with Rimmer. It's gone over the bar, but the Villa bench aware that all this has happened while Allan Evans is on his back in the Tottenham penalty area, nursing a leg injury, and they will make possibly a very late substitution. Villa with the corner. Peter Withe up to prevent Paul Miller reaching it. And Spurs taken apart in the second half by a ruthless, emphatic performance from the European Cup holders. Keith Birkinshaw, I'm sure, admitting, although the first goal was a penalty which Spurs contested, that Tony Barton's team came good with Tony Morley, one of the scorers. He made it 3-0 in fact. The man of the match, possibly the scorer of the first 2 goals, the Villa number 10, Gordon Cowans, and with him there, scorer of number 4, Gary Shaw.